onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley. And we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass.
And right away, he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
3rd and long for Young. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
56.
The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
And 4 yards to go.
Great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Coming right, this is Martin on the toss. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On play action, Young. He'll let this go for the end zone. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Bears nothing.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
First down, a run with Cohen. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check. 12.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
7-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
At the 28-yard line.
Under a minute to go, clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Young to throw it this time. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down, Bears.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 80!
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
On the tackle.
These two teams all tied after one.
In the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the safe boy till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the bread until we all but them buckets. Yeah, them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the jet.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo now. Over the middle, and It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Bears first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Complete to number
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Number 30.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
49ers.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. They run the counter. Martin. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Nice satisfying run up 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
From the red zone now, Young. And he will find his man on the outside. Complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
At the Bears' 14-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Come on, dude.
Young to throw it. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And that makes it 14-10.
Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
From just shy of midfield, Young. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Young off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. He'll run it, and he's got some. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. He tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. To throw is Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On the return following a punt of 41. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Toss play, left side to Martin. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Young on 3rd down. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Garoppolo. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he completes it to Cohen. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Bears.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Cohen. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They try again with Cohen, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Four yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run. Martin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Kickoff for San Francisco.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, wide open receiver, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
The kicker on for the extra point.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Chicago. This is fielded at the 27. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
36-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 1st down carry for Smith. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off the game.
13 yards there and a Niner 1st. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Smith trying to run for it. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Niners 34, Bears 10.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Garoppolo going up top. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
Complete to
a huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards.
First down, Bears.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Garoppolo again. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Complete.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Number 87.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears cut into that lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
Bears 18. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now it's Wilson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They run. Martin. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He can run for it, and he will. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Smith. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Martin. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Makes the score Niners 41, Bears 18.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Hey, we got 3 down. 57's Mike 57. Watch the run, Marshall.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Today's final score, Niners.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge